Okay, part 3, the rest or the end of flower reproduction. Okay, so here we go. Right, so now you've got the fruit. All right, the tomato with the seeds, or these little fruits from the dandelion, and they waft around in the wind. Okay, and they land on the ground. So to complete the life cycle of a flowering plant, okay, all the seeds from my sweet pea that I planted this year, and I hope you're going to get more flowers. So now those seeds, they need to land on the ground and they need to germinate. So they need to make little leaves and they need to make little roots to absorb water. Okay, so that's called germination. So we get confused. Pollination, transfer of pollen. Fertilization, sperm fertilized egg cell in ovule. Then you get fruit formation and seed formation. They dispersed, and then the seeds germinate into a little plant, and it grows. I've said here, they need to land on the ground. The conditions need to be suitable, like in spring. Sweet peas, you plant them in May. They like, they started growing now, but then they flower early spring. So different plants, germinate at different times of the year. And okay, so if we look inside that seed, so there's the seed. Remember, it was a zygote, and it became a little embryo, a little undifferentiated embryo. That embryo is now going to grow out by mitosis, and the cells are going to differentiate to become parenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma, and xylem and phloem, that part that you loved. And the little root is going to grow out, and you're going to get branch roots. So there was mitosis, and then lots of cell differentiation to become all those tissues that you loved learning about in grade 10. Okay. Nobody's saying anything. All right, so I've said that here. The cells differentiate to become the seedling, growing out of the seed. That grows into the adult plant, and then you get flower formation and all of that again. All right. Now, the last little part, I don't know if, I'm not sure if it was discussed when you were on lockdown. Or no, we didn't discuss it before lockdown. So there was once an essay, or a long question about seed banks. Obviously you're not getting an essay in paper 1. This is paper 2. This is paper 2. So yes, there is an essay. Reproduction, hormone system is paper 2. So there was a question about seed banks. Have you heard of seed banks? So I'm going to put up a picture here of Sweden's seed bank. And I had a case study on this, and you guys were supposed to do the case study, but we don't need to do it anymore. Lockdown and all of that. So around the world, and even in Machalis, and all over the world, Kew Gardens, all our botanical gardens, they've got these seed banks where they store seeds from around the world, and to try and make sure that, if plants become extinct, if crops become extinct, that they've got these reserves of seeds. And this one, the Svalbard Sea Bank in Norway, sorry, I thought it was Sweden, I saw a program on TV again about it recently. And it's not, there's the door, and it goes into this mountain, and it's a vault. It's basically a temperature-controlled vault where seeds can be stored. They can remain dormant, just like they would normally in the soil. They remain dormant for many years until they might be needed. Okay, so and inside there's just lots of shelves and boxes with labels on, and all the seeds from all around the world. They're trying to make sure that plants don't become extinct. So that's the Svalbard Seed Bank, and your case study was supposed to, you were going to do that, but we didn't. All right, and even at Machalis, they've got a big pot, like a big clay oven almost, not oven though, it looks like one. And then schools are actually allowed to store, I know primary schools do it a lot, they store seeds from their gardens in there with a note, and then, in 50 years' time, they can take their grandkids there and show them. All right, so that's the last little bit about flowering plants. Any questions? And then we can go on to endocrine.
I don't have any questions now.
Okay, if you think of questions, then you email me. Okay, so I'm going to stop this one now.